Yeah, very good morning to all of you. Yep, so let's start the session. So where were we in the last class? Just 1 second. Yeah, so we are also saying no two vowels are together, right? Yeah, so we had finished till this point. Let's go to the next question. Yeah, let's be a little quick so that we complete all the models. Yeah, let's look at this, please. So the time given to you will be a little lesser today so that we discuss quickly. Yep, so whenever we are looking at alternative positions, so remember there are two models here. So let's say I'm talking about vowels and consonants, right? So there will be a model where both of them are equal, or there will be a model where one of them is one less than the other. Let's look at all the three cases, okay? Clear? So these two will be dealt together. When the number of vowels and consonants are not equal, will be dealt together. And if they are equal, then how do we go ahead? Now, if the vowels and consonants are equal, please remember there will be two cases, right? So I can have a vowel, consonant, vowel, consonant, vowel, consonant, vowel, consonant this way, or I can also go with a consonant, vowel, vowel, consonant, vowel, and consonant, vowel. So here the concept will be quite simple. So I have four vowels and I have to arrange them in four places. That will be what? 4 factorial. Followed by I have four consonants which will be arranged in four places. That will again be in 4 factorial ways. And there are two ways of doing it. So by default, my answer becomes 4 factorial into 4 factorial into 2. Clear? But if the vowels and consonants are not equal, then please understand I start with the one which is on a larger side. So this will be only V, C, V, C, V, C, and V. That's it. If they're not equal, I'm covering both the models in the same question. Clear? So here also I'll start with C, V, C, V. So I'm doing for this one, okay? C, V, C, V, C, V, and C. Right? So when they're not equal, then there will be only one case. So four vowels in four places, 4 factorial, and three consonants in three places, 3 factorial. Here I have four consonants in four places, 4 factorial, and three vowels in three places. We'll call baby, nothing but 3 factorial. Clear with both the models, guys? When both of them are equal and when they are not equal. And if anything, if there's a gap of more than one, then my answer becomes not possible. I cannot arrange them in alternate places like this. In this case, my answer becomes not possible. Clear? So this is a complete brief about all the three models of alternate positions, right? Yeah. Now let's look at the second part of alternate arrangement of digits. Now this is a place where we are repeating the number of digits. Clear? So in this case, suppose I have two n's, right? I have two a's, I have two i's, I have a t, and I have an l. So how many letters do we have in all? We have 8 letters in all. So let's do one thing. Let us first arrange all the 8 letters assuming they are different. So therefore my total base becomes 8 factorial. Now if there are two n's repeating, divide by 2 factorial. If there are two a's repeating, again divide by 2 factorial. If there are two i's repeating, again divide by 2 factorial. So when the letters are repeating, you have to divide by those many number of factorials. Clear? So I repeat, the formula that we would have learned is if there are n different things, if there are n letters, then total number of ways will be n factorial. Out of that, x are similar, so divide by x factorial. Y are similar, so y factorial. Z are similar, z factorial, and so on and so on and so on. So this is going to be the complete process. Yep. Now, in this, the beautiful part will be, you can expect questions from here, especially when there are conditions involved. So, can we solve with conditions, please? Yep. So 8-letter words beginning with a vowel are formed with the letters of the word Nainital. So we want them to begin with a vowel. Now let's first understand here what is happening. So if I want to begin with a vowel, okay. So I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So maybe the first letter can be A or the first letter can be I. So I'm freezing this, okay. So I'm not changing this position at all. Okay, these are the only two vowels that I have. Now at the remaining 7 positions, what all can I have? Let's see. In the remaining 7 positions, I will have two N's. I'll have only one A. Clear? I'll have two I's. I'll have a T and I'll have an N. So here I'll have two N's. I'll have two A's. I'll have one I. I'll have a T and I'll have an N. Clear? So in all these places, what are we looking at? So 7 things in 7 places. Please understand, for the first case, I'll have 7 factorial. Now see how many of them are repeating. Only two N's are repeating and two I's are repeating. Because remember, I am arranging only this part of the process. I'm not arranging A anymore. So you will not count A as 2 times. You'll keep A separate. Clear? So if I'm looking at this part, I'm arranging only 7 letters. Out of those 7 letters, 2 N's are similar and 2 I's are similar. So these will be the number of cases starting with A. Similarly, also have the same number of cases starting with I, 2 factorial into 2 factorial. So my total number of cases will be 7 factorial by 2 factorial into 2 factorial into 2. So 2 and 2 gets cancelled. So somebody messaged rightly. The answer is going to be 7 factorial by 2 factorial. Any doubts? Fine, let's move forward. Yep. Now we want it to end with a consonant. Now let's start again. Same concept, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now these questions are really good and really tricky here. So do not hesitate to spend around 10-15 seconds to simplify your calculation. Now consonant, we have N, we have T, and we have L. Okay. So here what you can do is the one that is repeated, you can keep in one zone. And for these two, same number of cases will be appearing. Clear? Now, if I have n here, now please understand what do I have? One A and one n, two A's, two I's, we have a T and we have an L. If I'm arranging these seven places will be arranged in 7 factorial ways divided by, I have two A's and two I's, that will be divided by 2 factorial into 2 factorial. So let me write one case here, 7 factorial by 2 factorial into 2 factorial. Clear? Plus. Now with, if I have a T blocked, then what do I have? I have two N's, I have two A's, I have two I's, and I have an L. So this can be arranged in how many ways? That's 7 factorial by 2 factorial into 2 factorial into 2 factorial. You have three this, right? So if you observe for L, as I told you, group them in one category only. So this is why I asked you to group them in one category. So even this will be arranged in the same number of ways. So I'm just multiplying this by 2. So if I multiply this by 2, this gets cancelled. So I have 7 factorial by 2 factorial. So this is common here. So this can be written as 2 times of 7 factorial by 2 factorial into 2 factorial. So 2 and 2 gets cancelled. So my final answer is going to be 7 factorial by 2 factorial. Clear? Yeah, let's solve this please. 39 people want me to repeat. Yeah, what is the problem? Yeah, which part? There's no I, Teja. There's a T and there's an L. Let me just repeat once again, guys. Let me make three different cases and I'll explain once again. Just once again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So I'm blocking N here, okay? If I'm blocking N here, then what do I have? I have N, I have two A's, I have two I's, I have T, and I have L. Clear? Tirisha and Teja? So we have 7 different letters, which will be 7 factorial divided by 2 A's are repeating and 2 I's are repeating. Okay? Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Suppose I'm blocking a T. If I'm blocking a T, then what do I have? I have two N's, I have two A's, I have two I's, and I have an L. Which will be how many ways? 7 factorial by 2 factorial into 2 factorial into 2 factorial. If I'm blocking an L, then again I have two N's, I have two A's, I have two I's, and I have a T. So this can be done in how many ways? 7 factorial by again 2 factorial into 2 factorial into 2 factorial. Now always remember T and L are not repeating, so you can club them into one category. If you add both of them, this is nothing but 7 factorial by 2 factorial into 2 factorial into 2 factorial into 2. This is for these two. Okay. Plus you add this 7 factorial by 2 factorial into 2 factorial. Here guys, just list down guys, just list down the cases. This can be a perfect question for a campus recruitment exam. And if you know how to simplify that, the job becomes pretty easy. Yeah, now let's see. It says now starting beginning with the vowel and ending with the consonant. Again, a beautiful question, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now let's try to figure out first. What are my kinds of vowels that I want to start off with? My vowels are going to be A and my vowels are going to be I. Okay. Now, what are my consonants going to be? Now, the problem is with vowels, there is no problem because both the vowels are repeating. Fair enough. Now, my consonants are going to be either N or I'm clubbing these two guys together. Okay. TL. Similarly, if you start figuring it out with I also, you'll have the same number of cases with both of them here because I is also repeating two times. Okay. So let's see. So if I'm blocking A here and let's say I'm blocking N here, I'm doing for both A and I together. Okay. So please follow me clearly. So let's say I'm blocking I also. I repeat, I'm doing this case and I'm doing this case together. So if I'm blocking A, then what do I have? I have one more A left. I have two I's. Clear? I have a T, I have an L, and I have one more N. Here, what do I have? I have two A's. I have one I have T, I have L, and I have N. Okay. Now, whenever you have this, now the cases are quite simple. So six things in six places will be how many ways? Six factorial ways divided by two I's are repeating. That's it. So two factorial here. Nothing else is repeating here. Okay. Now here also you'll have the same number of cases, 6 factorial by 2 factorial. Clear with this, guys? You can simplify this two together will give you how much? 6 factorial, right? Now, I'm going with A again in the first place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I repeat. Divided by 2 factorial Tirupati. Clear? So I can have a T and I can also have an L here. I have no clue, guys. If I'm adding 6 factorial by 2 plus 6 factorial by 2, then what do I get here? I get 2 times of 6 factorial by 2, right? Harshita and Tirupati. So if I'm starting with A and I'm going with T and L here, so what do I have here? I have one more A, I have two I's, I have two N's. I repeat, if there is a T, there will be an L. If there is an L, there will be a T. So any one of them will be there, okay? So what is happening here? So here if you observe, and this will be two cases further. So six things will be arranging in six factorial ways. With two I's and two N's, that will be 2 factorial into 2 factorial. And T and L, you'll have again further two cases into 2. Clear? Now, the same number of cases will be for I as well. If you're going with I, if you observe, you'll have the same number of cases. So can I further multiply this by 2? So 2 and 2 gets cancelled. This also this gets cancelled. So this here my answer is going to be 6 factorial. Clear? So this is 6 factorial. This is 6 factorial. Yeah. Okay. I got your thing now. This becomes a final answer. Clear, guys? Moving forward. Why 5 factorial, Narendra? We are arranging 6 cases only, Kadakana. Clear, Narendra? I'm coming down to that, Ashok. We have a question. Do not worry. Just 1 second, guys. Yeah. Such that all the vowels are together. We learned yesterday. This is again a simple question. Last two was still a little difficult ones. This is again a quite simple question. So let us write all the vowels together first. A, and I repeat, if all the vowels are together, let me assume them as one unit. So this is one. N, N, T, L. So 2, 3, 4, and 5. Clear? So 5 things in 5 places will be what factorial? 5 factorial. Now externally, I know 2 n's are repeating. So divided by 2 factorial. Inside the block, I have 4 things in 4 places will be 4 factorial. Now I have 2 a's repeating, that will be 2 factorial. I have 2 i's repeating, that will be 2 factorial. So this is going to be your answer. So 5 factorial into 4 factorial by 2 factorial into 2 factorial into 2 factorial. That's it. This is going to be your answer. Clear? Let us move forward, guys. Any doubts? Please respond. Please message me. Yep. So vowels are not together. It's quite simple. So total number of ways will be 8 factorial by 2 factorial into 2 factorial into 2 factorial. Total number of cases minus the cases where vowels are together. So 5 factorial into 4 factorial by 2 factorial into 2 factorial into 2 factorial. So total number of cases minus vowels being together is the number of cases where vowels are not together. So how many 8-letter words can be formed such that no two vowels are together? So we discussed when no two vowels are together, we have to first arrange the consonants, okay? So we have to first arrange the consonants. How many consonants are there? There are 4 consonants, N, N, T, L, right? So these 4 can be arranged in 4 factorial ways divided by 2 factorial ways. Clear? Pavni, we discussed this model yesterday. Let's not waste time again. Else we'll discuss in the end of the class. We spent close to 25 minutes, I guess close to 20 minutes on this model yesterday. right? Yeah. So once all the vowels are arranged, next my job is to, so all the consonants are arranged. Next my job is to uh, see how many places are created. So we have one place created, second place created, third place created, fourth place created, and fifth place created. If so five places created, out of five places I'm arranging four vowels. Now there's a small problem here. Now which four vowels are you arranging? You're arranging I, and A. If you're arranging four vowels, out of which two of them are similar, so your answer is going to be divided by 2 factorial into 2 factorial. This is going to be your answer. Question number 42 says all the vowels are not together, and question number 43 says no two vowels are together. Neerja, were you present yesterday? Yeah, that's why Narendra, I'm not searching it. Don't worry. The people who are asking me the question, I'm sure you were absent yesterday. Okay, so please kindly bear with the other 100 odd students who were present yesterday. 190 students are in the class. So please excuse me. I will clarify your doubt after the class in case you were absent. But as of now, please, for the greater good of others, let's not repeat it. Okay. Let me just explain once again. I don't mind explaining once again. Now understand, guys. You are first arranging four consonants. Okay. Assume all of them are different, so they will be arranged in 4 factorial ways divided by 2 ends are similar, 2 factorial. Okay. Now we discussed yesterday that these are the places created, right? 3, 4, and 5. So in these 5 places, I have to arrange the 4 vowels. Clear? But I have to also check what are my 4 vowels. My 4 vowels are 2 A's and 2 I's. Okay. So if I'm assuming that all of them are different, 5P4 becomes my answer. But they are not different. 2 A's are similar and 2 I's are also similar. So therefore I divided by 2 factorial into 2 factorial. This becomes my answer. Here, Monica. Yep. Let's move forward now. Yep. Let's solve this, please. Yep. So alternate positions. It's again a quite simple case. Now vowels and consonants are equal in number. Krishna is asking me, sir, why are we discussing on only one word? Krishna, you can see if I'm explaining you the concept, Krishna, you can apply with any word, Krishna. My concept is simple. I take one word and I explain you all the given models. Right? Once you understood the model, you can go back and apply with any other word given on this planet, Krishna. Clear? So I have 4 vowels and I have 4 consonants. That means I'll have 2 possible cases. Clear? So 4 factorial into 4 factorial into 2 first of all. Now please understand, in both the cases, 2 A's are repeating, 2 I's are repeating, and 2 N's are repeating. So this becomes your answer. Clear? Narendra, yesterday's discussion is going on. Pratyush, because I already explained that 4 vowels and 4 consonants equal in number. Now, which is going to be vowel, consonant, vowel, consonant, vowel, consonant, vowel, consonant, or consonant, vowel, consonant, vowel, consonant, vowel, and consonant, vowel. Maybe you joined a little late. Ramya, were you present in yesterday's class? And Narendra, I want to know this answer, guys. Yeah, let's look at this question, please. Then Ramya, we discussed this for like half an hour here. No two vowels are together, and vowels and consonants are in alternate places. Yes, Deepak, you are right. So is with Narendra also. Yesterday we discussed both the models in depth. No two vowels are together, and vowels and consonants apply alternate places. Yep. Yep. So we have 9 men and 8 women to be selected in a committee. How many ways can the committee of 7 be selected? So now there is no condition given to us, right? So whenever I'm selecting a committee, we all know that we use combinations. So 9 plus 8 becomes 17. So my answer flat becomes 17C7. Clear? Yep. Can we solve this, please? Now it says I want a committee of 7 where exactly 6 women are there. So if I want a committee of 7 with 6 women, which means I also want 1 man. Please understand, when I use the word exactly, I have to ensure that the other part is also being taken care of. So out of 8 women, 6 women will be selected in 8C6 ways. Into, out of 9 men, I have to choose 1 man. That will be in 9C7 ways. Now, whenever I have a committee, clear? So, if I have 7 members, let's talk about how many men and how many women do we have. Okay. So, I can have 0 women and 7 men. I can have 1 woman and 6 men. Similarly, I can have 2, 5. I can have 3, 4. I can have 4, 3. I can have 5, 2. I can have 6, 1. And I can have 7, 0. These are my total number of cases. Okay. Right. Now, out of this, the question is asking me at least 1 woman. So the question is asking me from here. So we can go in 2 ways, right? One, we can go ahead this way. So I can go with 8C1 into 9C6 plus either this case or the second case. If I go with second case, it is 8C2 into 9C5 and so on, so on, so on till 8C7. This is one way to go ahead. Or the other way to go ahead is total number of cases minus taking out a case where there is no woman. Okay, so total number of cases we saw in the previous case is 17C7, and if there is no woman, that means I'm talking about a committee with all the 7 men. So therefore 17C7 minus 9C7 becomes your answer. Yep. So I want a committee where there are at least 6 women. Now again, look at it. If you want at least 6 women, now you have 0, 7, 1, 6, 2, 5. I need not go now total in a different way. So I just need last 2 cases. Clear? At least 6 women means I want minimum 6 and I want maximum as per the question. So this is going to be 8C6 into 9C1 plus 8C7. This is going to be our answer. Simple. Let's go to the next one, please. Out of 9 men and 8 women, in how many ways can a committee of 7 be selected such that there are at least 4 women? We have the same concept as all of you have done. So 4 women and 3 men, 5 women. We are exactly the midpoint, guys. 5 women and 2 men. Similarly, 6, 1 and 7, 0. Clear? Yep. Can you get the answer of this, please? Yep, let's see. So in how many ways can 5 members be selected from 6 men and 5 women so that a particular woman is always present? Now the concept is quite simple here. I know somebody named A is definitely present in the group. If somebody named A is definitely present in the group, that means I have how many men left now? So I have 6 men left and I have 4 women left. Clear? I repeat, I have 6 men left and I have 4 women left. And now I have to select how many people? I have to select only 4 people. So my answer is quite simple. 10, C, 4. Nothing else. Now please. I repeat, the concept is a particular woman. Yeah, why are you doing the selection here? Let's understand. Suppose I say A, B, C, D, and E are given. Okay. Now, when you're writing 5C1, what is happening? 5C1 is 5 cases. What are those 5 cases? Either it is A, or it is B, or it is C, or it is D, or it is E. This is what I mean by 5C1. But he's not saying a woman is always present. He's saying a particular woman is always present. So I'm identifying that A is definitely present in the group. Clear? A particular woman, that means the author has, or the person who has made the question has picked up the particular woman. That means A is definitely present. If there are 5 girls named A, B, C, D, E, if I have to pick A, in how many ways will I pick A? There is only one A. I'm choosing that one person only. Are you getting the point here? So therefore, that 5C1 will not come. So A is definitely present. I want a committee of 5. Out of that, A will definitely be there. Right? If A is definitely being there, that means how many people do I need? I need only 4 more people. With no condition, okay? There's no condition. I do not know why did somebody do 11C5 minus 6C5 and so on, so on, so on. There's no more condition. The only condition is a particular woman has to be present. That means A has to be present. So A will give them in the group. If A is in the group, that means how many more people are there? Now, okay, let me give you one more example, guys. Suppose your teacher says the same thing, that you are a group of 6 boys and 5 girls, okay? The CR is also included. Let's say CR is a boy. And the teacher says form a committee of 5 such that CR is definitely present. Now tell me, what will you do? I repeat, there are 6 boys and one of them is a CR and there are 5 girls, okay? Now your teacher says, I want a committee of 5, CR should definitely be there. Now will you choose CR anymore? Simple. So answer is quite simple, no? Why 11 C4, Lavanya? CR is already there from here. Right? CR, since we are selecting CR for sure, that means now how many boys are left? Now 5 boys are left and 5 girls are left. Clear? Out of these 10 people, I have to choose how many CR already group lo unnadu. Either 10C4. That's going to be my answer. Perfect. You use permutations when you are arranging, Ashwin. Here we are just picking people. We are not arranging them. Clear? Yeah, can we do this, please? Somebody is asking how is arranging different from selection. Let me take a very typical example. Okay, just 1 second, guys. Somebody is asking me how is arrangement different from selection. Now, if I give you a question like this and I ask you, in how many ways can I select two people? Clear? If I select two people, it can be AB or BC or CA. Clear? So the answer is going to be quite simple, 3C2. Now, suppose I say in how many ways can I select two people for the post of, let's say, a school captain and a school vice captain. Now what will happen? If I pick AB, then A can be captain, B can be vice captain. Similarly, B can be captain, A can be vice captain. If I pick BC, B can be captain, C can be vice captain, C can be captain, and B can be vice captain. Similarly, if I pick CA, then C can be captain, A can be vice captain, and A can be captain, and C can be vice captain. So these will be how many ways? 6 ways. Now this is arrangement, Amma. AB, we are also arranging AB and BA. So whenever I'm going with AB and BA, I'm going with arrangement concept. So in this case, my answer becomes 3P2, and in this case, my answer becomes 3C2. I hope this is clear. Clear? Now, so in how many ways can 5 members be selected out of 6 men and 5 women such that a particular man is always absent? Now you have picked up the logic. Clear? So I repeat, 6 people, 6 men, 5 women. Now I've picked up one particular person is definitely absent. That means how many more men are left? There are 5 more men left and 5 more women left. And I have to select how many members? 5 members. So therefore my answer becomes Insist. Insist is, what do you mean by insist, guys? Yeah, they have to go together. It's like, two friends are saying we will go together only. This is what happens a lot many times in our life, no? Whenever we plan something, compel or prefer. Insist is more like a preference or a request kind of thing. I mean, I'm like insisting, or I'm a little not completely compel, neither. I mean, yeah, I mean, demanding is on a very higher side, compelling is on a very higher side, but it is also more than requesting. It's in middle, You're like not ready to bend also. Neither are you demanding like, oh, we have to go together. Right? But yeah, insist is more or less close to demanding. Right? So it generally happens, let's say I'm not stereotyping, I'm sorry, but let's say this generally happens when there are restrictions on friends. So this question says two particular women insist on going together. So let's say I have like five girls, A, B, C, D, E. Okay. And I have like six boys. Let's talk about P, Q, R, S, T, and U. Okay. Now out of these, right? Now two particular girls. Okay. Now I went and I spoke to A. So A said, I will come, but you also have to take B along. This is what is called insisting. I will come only if you bring B with me. So just A and B, again I repeat, I've identified those two particular women. So A and B have been picked up. Clear? So there is a possibility where I'm picking both of them. So if I'm picking both of them, then what happens? So 9C3 will be my answer. Because why? Two people have already been picked up. Remaining nine are left. And I have to pick only three more people, right? Clear? But there is also a possibility where I'm dumping both of them. Are you getting it? Let's say it's my birthday party and my best friend does not like B. Two cases. It's my birthday party. My best friend wants A to be there in the group. So definitely, if I have to keep my best friend happy, I have to invite A. If I have to invite it, then B also will come. Real life situation, guys. Clear? Now, let's go with the other way scenario. There can also be a possibility, or my best friend does not like B. So I know if B will not come, A will also not come. Kada. I want my best friend to come at any cost. So therefore, dump both of them. If I'm dumping both of them, then I get my answer called 9C5. So therefore, your answer is going to be, I guess only one person or two gave you the right answer. 9C5 plus becomes your answer. Any doubts? No. Prithviraj, in the second case, both the girls are not selected. That means I have to still select five people, Prithviraj, in the second case. Yeah, two girls insisted on going together, kada kana. Here I'm not taking both of them, kana. So first case is 9C3. Idi first case, kana. Idi first case for me. This is second case for me. Now you tell me what are you referring. Here both of them are not selected. That means I have to still select five people, okay? Why is first case 2 into 9C3? I have no idea. You are selecting two particular girls. So if I am picking A, I have to pick B. That's it. Right. So you're not arranging them so that you can have two cases, A picked, B picked. So you can't do these two cases. That means you're arranging them, Kana. Yeah, perfect. Now, why 5C2 here? Only two girls cannot go together, Kada Lavanya. Others, please go ahead with the next one. Lavanya, only two girls cannot go together, no? So in the second case, it should be 9C. Why is it 5C2? I explained Lavanya. And how many ways can I select those two particular girls? Yep, so two particular men insist on not going together. That means what? Now, this is again a common scenario. Two friends always had a fight. Now, A says, if B will come, I will not come. B says, if A will come, I will not come. Let's say two boys. A says, if B will come, I will not come. So, there is a possibility where I'm selecting A and I'm not selecting B. Clear? Or the second case, where I'm selecting B and I'm not selecting A. Or third case, where I'm dumping both of them. We don't want the headache in our life. Now, can you get the answer, please? Clear? So we do a total number of cases minus two particular men. Yeah, you can also do that, guys. So you have four cases where A is coming and B is also coming. You can also do this. So the total number of cases are these. So one way is total number of cases minus this case will become your answer, or you can do these three individually. Either ways, you can go ahead with that. Clear? Now let's come down to the concept called derangement. A won't come, then no, that doesn't mean Pavni. That's what the third case is. Third case is for that only. Yep, let's look at derangement. Can we look at the first question, please? I'll explain the concept. Yep, so when I look at derangement, in how many ways can we place them? It's flat 5 factorial ways here. So I have 5 letters and I have 5 envelopes to post. So simple, in a way I have like 5 places, and in these 5 places I have to arrange 5 different letters. So 5 different letters in 5 places will be 5 factorial. Clear? Now can you look at this one, please? In how many ways can 4 letters be posted correctly? One way. Wow. Okay. Yeah, the answer is zero. No. Let's say A, B, C, D, E, and the respective correct envelopes are P, Q, R, S, and T. Clear? This is the right combination in which I am supposed to post. But he says no, you don't want to post 5, you have to only post 4. If you have to post 4 correctly, that means A I am posting in B and P, B I am posting in Q, C I am posting in R, and D I am posting in S. If I am posting 4 of them correctly, then can I say by default the fifth also goes in the correct lap? Sorry, clear? So therefore, there is no way in which I can do this. There's no chance where I can post 4 of them correctly because I'm posting 4 of them correctly. Fifth one is automatically going into the right box. Yeah. Now let's try to do this. No, you'll get more than one way. Yeah. Take one more minute. It's a really good question. Yeah, let's see here. Now, if I want three letters to be posted correctly, first things first, which three here? Are you getting it? Exactly three letters to be posted correctly. So first things first, which three? That is 5C3. Clear? Now, whenever the word says exactly three letters, that means you have to ensure the fourth letter and fifth letter is going into wrong boxes. Okay. So let me assume that A, B, C are the three letters that I picked to be correctly. One of the cases, okay. One of the cases A, B, C is correctly. Okay. Now that means I'm left with letter D and letter E. Clear? And their respective right envelopes are S and T. Now please understand, if by default this goes into the right envelope, then this also will go to the right envelope, then this condition will be lost. So I have to ensure that D is not going to S and E is not going to T. So how many ways in which I can do that? So if D is not going to S, that means D has to go to T. And if E is not going to T, then E has to go to S. So there is only one way in which I can post these two incorrectly. Are you getting the logic, guys? Suppose my right, and let us change the numbers. Let us say the envelopes are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now the logic is simple. A, B, C are incorrect. Okay. Then D should not go in 4. So I'm writing D here, I'm writing here. This is only one case. Clear? So if you want to know in how many ways can you do this, please understand that is what is determined by 5C3. Now, my other case can be A is in the correct envelope, B is in the correct envelope, and D is in the correct envelope. So C should not go to 3. So C will go here and E will come here. So can I say exactly 3 of them are in correct envelopes? 1, 2, and 3. Are you getting it? So these cases will be determined by 5C3. Now for two letters to go to the wrong envelope, we have only one case. So therefore my answer becomes 5C3 into 1. Clear? Now these kind of cases come under the concept of de-arrangement. That is what was the heading of the slides. Now what does de-arrangement mean? So de-arrangement is something like this. So de-arrangement means if 3 should be posted correctly, I want to ensure 2 are posted incorrectly. Clear? So in how many ways am I de-arranging these two terms? Clear? Harshita, which 3 is also more important, Kadamma? As I told you, in one case I am taking A, B, C in the right envelope. So D and E can go in the wrong envelope in one way. In the other case, I can take A, B, D also in the correct envelope, Kadamma. So if I'm taking A, B, D in the correct envelope, then C and E can go in wrong envelope in how many ways? Only one way. Similarly, I can take A, B, E also. So what are these? These are nothing but 5C3 cases, Kada. Now for each of them, I have one way of putting them in a wrong envelope. Clear, Harshita? That is why we are taking 5C3. Clear? If you're taking 5C2, then you cannot still take the wrong envelopes or 5C2, Kada. And you have to rearrange them also, no? So de-arrangement of 2, the logic is quite simple, guys. De-arrangement of n numbers is determined by n factorial into 1 minus 1 by 1 factorial plus 1 by 2 factorial, so on, so on, so on till 1 by n factorial. Clear? So de-arrangement of two objects. So in a way, the right answer for this question is 5C3 into de-arrangement of two objects. So that's 2 factorial into 1 minus 1 by 1 factorial plus 1 by 2 factorial. So this and this gets cancelled, 2 factorial and 2 factorial gets cancelled. So de-arrangement of two numbers is only one way. So 5C3 into 1 becomes your correct answer. This question had appeared in TCS, I guess, 2 years ago. Clear? Now can we do this? Venkat Sai, your doubt will be clarified here, don't worry. Luckily 10, 10 you are arranging that. Now let's see what is the right answer. You can do manually also first. Now, which two letters are posted correctly? Suppose I take A and B are posted correctly. That means C should not go in the right envelope, D should not go in the right envelope, and E should not go in the right envelope. Let me assume that the respective envelopes are 3, 4, and 5. So C should not go to 3. Let me take C to 4. Okay. If C is going to 4, then where will D go? D will go to, so E should not go to 5 kada. So D has to go to 5 and E will go to 3. Clear? No other option with 4. Now let's take C as 5. If I take C as 5, then where will D go? D should not go to 4. So D will go to 3 and E will go to 4. Can I say these are the only two possibilities? Now let's look at D arrangement of 3 objects. D arrangement of 3 objects is 3 factorial into 1 minus 1 by 1 factorial plus 1 by 2 factorial minus 1 by 3 factorial. So this 1 factorial and 1 factorial gets cancelled. So I know my LCM is 3 factorial. I get 3 minus 2. Sorry, 3 minus 1 into 3 factorial. So what is 3 minus 1? So this will be how much? So if you simplify this, this becomes 3 factorial into 2 by 3 factorial. 3 factorial gets cancelled. So for each possibility, I have two ways in which I can place every one of them in wrong envelope. Clear? So what is my correct answer? If two letters have to be posted correctly, I first choose which two. After choosing two letters, for every three envelopes, there are two ways of going with the wrong answer. Incorrect way of posting them. So therefore my answer becomes 5C2 into 2 factorial. That's going to be my answer. Any doubts? Yep. Can we look at D arrangement now? Now let's go with D arrangement, guys. If 5 letters are to be posted, one letter should be posted correctly. So I go with 5C1. And now I want D arrangement of 4 objects. This is going to be your answer. So what is D arrangement of 4 objects? That is 4 factorial into 1 minus 1 by 1 factorial plus 1 by 2 factorial minus 1 by 3 factorial plus 1 by 4 factorial. This becomes your answer. Clear? So what is happening here? So this and this gets cancelled. So I'm taking 4 factorial. So I'm taking 4 factorial. This becomes 3 into 4 minus 4 plus 1 into 4 factorial. So 4 factorial gets cancelled. 12 minus 4 is 8. 8 plus 1 is 9. So your answer becomes 5C1 into 9. That is going to be 45. Clear? Last question. No letter is posted correctly. If no letter is posted correctly, so therefore it's going to be de-arrangement of 5 terms. That is going to be 5 factorial into 1 minus 1 by 1 factorial plus 1 by 2 factorial minus 1 by 3 factorial plus 1 by 4 factorial minus 1 by 5 factorial. So what is the answer here, guys? Can you quickly calculate, please? So 3 into 4 into 5 minus 4 into 5 plus 5 minus 1. So 5 factorial gets cancelled. So 3 into 4 into 5 becomes 60 minus 20 plus 5 minus 1. So 60 minus 20 is how much? 40. 40 plus 5 is 45. 45 minus 1 is 44 ways. 44, right? This is 4 into 5. This is 5. Yeah, 44 ways. Ashwin, we are going to de-arrangement of 5 terms. Kana. No letter is posted correctly is different from all the letters are posted incorrectly. Okay. So this completes your de-arrangement concept. Clear? So can we look at the last application for the day? Can we look at this question, please? Okay, so 25 points are chosen. Now I want 5 of them are collinear. Now understand what does collinear mean here. When you talk about collinear, all of them are in a straight line here. So please understand, if I have 5 points which are collinear, the number of straight lines I can form is always going to be 1 only. Clear? So the logic is quite simple. Assume all the 25 points are different. So all the lines that can be formed as 25C2. Clear? Now take out all the lines which can be formed with the help of 5 collinear points, that is 5C2, and add only 1. Any doubts with this model? I do not mind explaining you clearly. Suppose I take points are A, B, C, D, E here. Okay. Then how many lines can be formed if they are not collinear? Suppose they are like randomly joined. So AB can be a line, AC can be a line, AD can be a line, and AE can be a line. Okay. Similarly, BC can be a line, BD can be a line, BE can be a line. I repeat, you can assume these are my different points. That is what is included here. Okay. Similarly, I can have CD as a line and CE as a line, and I can also have DE as a line. So these are my 10 lines which are included. But if you observe, if you are writing AB, let's only take AE here. If all of them are collinear, that means AE will be one line for me, right? So AB will not be considered, AC will not be considered, AD will not be considered, BC will not be considered, because all of them are already a part of the line here. The minute I'm counting AE, I'm counting AB, I'm counting AC, I'm counting AD, I'm counting BD, I'm counting BC, I'm counting BE. All these are already counted. Are you getting it? So what am I doing? I'm first assuming they are different. So this is 25C2. From here, I'm taking out all the possibilities made with the help of 5 points, that is 5C2. But when I'm taking out 5C2, please understand, I'm also taking out AE from the scenario. Clear? So therefore, I have to re-add that one by line in the end. That is going to be the final value. By the way, 25C2 minus 5C2 is not 20C2, Amma. Navya Sri. Clear, guys? Let's move forward. So with the help of 5 collinear points, no triangles can be formed. So first assume all of them are different points, that is 25C3, and from here take out all the triangles that can be formed with the help of 3 triangles. Sorry, 5 collinear points. Why, Charan? You have 20 different points, kada? Yeah, somebody saying, sir, why not 20C3? Now please understand, Pavni, if these are my 5 points which are collinear, Amma. Okay, no? Let's say these are my 5 points. So 1, 2, 3, let's say 4 and 5. And there are 20 points here, ma. So can I make one more triangle here also? Yes, Pavni. Can I make one more triangle this way also? Right? So no matter they are in one line, but by using this one line also, I can make many triangles, kada? So therefore, but yeah, by using these 5 points, the number of triangles I can make is 0. Are you getting it? So that is why we are always taking out these 5 points which are collinear. Yeah, can we look at this question, please? Now, if I have two parallel lines, so now understand what is happening here. So I have two parallel lines. There are 10 points here and there are 11 points here. Right? So what is the concept? Now, since they are collinear points, now I can pick 2 points from here and I can pick any 1 point from here and I can make a triangle. Which means I can go ahead on these lines. So from 10 points, I'm picking any 2 points. And along with this, from 11 points, I'm picking any 1 point. Or I can pick any 2 points from here and I can pick any 1 point from the top line. Clear? Or it's going to be 11C2 into 10C1. Clear? So this is going to be a simplest way in which you can simplify and get your answer. Clear? Yep, last question of the day, guys. And apart from this, I guess we'll be only left out with identical articles questions that sometimes we'll look at it at a later date. There are two small models left out in PNC after this. Vertices of octagon here. Simple 8C3, no? 8C3 is going to be our answer. Clear, guys? Yep. So that's it, guys. That's it for the time being. I was informed this is the last class for this phase. So let us see when do we meet the next time. In the meanwhile, please make use of the app. I'll be uploading all the videos in the app. Do not worry. Right? And you can make use of that. So thanks a lot, guys. I hope you had fun, and we'll also be discussing sometime next time. Thank you to you all, guys. Yeah, do not worry. I'll be uploading. My app will be completely fine. Yeah, Harshita, do not worry. I won't go without clarifying your number, Amma. Yeah, you can text me your doubts. Do not worry about that. Yeah, Harshita, tell me, Amma. What is the problem with 59, Amma? In the app, Krishna, in the study zone. Yes, Sai, you are correct. Do not worry. Dasari Sai Anvesh, you are correct. Yeah, uploads. I'll be uploading the PDFs also. Do not worry. How are no letters posted correctly different from all the letters? Yeah, I'm coming down, Amma. Don't worry. Harshita, you are correct. I did not say you are wrong. The best way to clarify is check this answer, check your answer whether both of them are matching or not. No, you cannot take the test again, Ramya. 50-second question. Yeah, first let's clarify the doubt. All the letters are posted incorrectly. Somebody asked me, all the letters are posted incorrectly versus no letter is posted correctly. Again, if no letter is posted correctly means A should not go to 1, B should not go to 2, C should not go to 3. Something that is not possible, Kana. D should not go to 4 and E should not go to 5. Clear? All this is no letter should be posted correctly. Clear? If all the letters are posted incorrectly could mean this is one of the possibilities. I do not know who asked me this doubt. Okay. Now, are all the letters posted correctly? Definitely no. Ramya, practice. Clear? Somebody who had a doubt with respect to this, can I move forward, please? I have two more questions to discuss, 52 and 41. 52. Yeah, what is the problem with 52? Yeah, who was asking 52? Yeah, Vinny. Two particular women insist on going together. Yeah, tell me, Vinny, what is your doubt? If two particular women insist on going together, the point is quite simple, Kana. That A and B. So A says, I will go only if B goes. Or I'll go only, yeah, we will go together is what they are saying here, in a way. Right? It says we'll go together. So the concept is quite simple that there's a possibility I'm taking both of them here. If I'm taking both of them, that means out of remaining 9 people, I have to choose only 3 people for the party. And there is a possibility maybe both of them are not coming. Or I'm not taking both of them. If I'm not taking both of them, then that means out of remaining 9, I have to choose how many people now? 5 people. This becomes my answer. Do you have any? 41. Last doubt. Yeah, what's the doubt with 41 here? Anybody who had a doubt with 41? I guess somebody had a doubt with 41. Yep, no, not Sandeep. Shravani. Shravani, were you there in yesterday's class, Shravani? Then how did you miss this point, Shravani? We discussed very clearly. If I'm tying up all the vowels together, then I count them as one unit. Then I will start counting all the other things along with it. So 2, 3, 4, and 5. So these 5 terms are arranged together. That is how you get 5 factorial. Clear, Shravani? Perfect. 53rd answer. Same here, guys. 53rd answer is this, no, yeah. So I'm selecting A. That means out of 9, I have to select 4. I'm selecting B. Again, out of 9, I have to select 4. Clear? I'm selecting none of them. Out of 9, I'm selecting 5. This is going to be your answer. Whatever. Yes, Vaishnavi, you can do that. Clear, guys. Thank you. Thanks a lot and have a great day. Thank you, guys. Feel free to contact if you have any doubts.